And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that article, the Animal Cafe Crisis. So in Korea, there are so many things to do. There are many attractions and many things to keep people entertained. And one of those things is the animal cafes. This is my first time to know about animal cafes was here in Korea. And some of the popular ones would be the cat cafe or the meerkat cafe.
Dog cafe too.
Oh, dog cafe. Oh, yeah. And then there's a sheep cafe as well.
My favorite.
Some that I have visited. However, bad things. A lot of people have brought up these concerns of these, although very cute, very cuddly animals that we all want to spend time with, that maybe they're not in the best place because they are wild animals. So unlike cats in a cat cafe, cats are usually a domesticated animal. So they're used to being around, people. They socialize quite well, when they choose to, when they're not ignoring you. However, other wild animals such as meerkats or even sheep might want to, they would thrive better in the wild. I've seen some places that have more exotic pets.
Yes.
And
like raccoons.
Yeah, the raccoons, right. So the concern has been brought up that they're not in the best place to be raised because they're not living in their natural environment. As much as these cafe owners try to do their best with good intentions to take care of these animals, it's not what they need. They need to be in the wild. And some people may argue that, like let's say werewolves, they got domesticated and they became the dogs. So there might be some subtle differences, but even those subtle differences make a big difference in the way that they grow and what they need to grow healthily and, what's best for the animal. So that has brought about a lot of change for these animal cafes. They might soon be no more. They've been given a 4-year grace period to try to change their business model. Business model, and try to phase out. The concern has been, how will they do it? These animals have been growing up in an environment that is not like they're used to in the wild. They've been somewhat domesticated, and it would be very difficult for them to reintegrate into their natural habitats.
Yeah, right.
So they're going to have to figure out how they can proceed, how they can continue either having this business, maybe change it to like a private zoo, but we don't know if they'll meet those, specific guidelines, those regulations, if they can meet that.
So this might be the end of the animal cafe in Korea.
Yeah, so everybody go out and
make the most of it while you can, maybe.
Right, before it disappears. But other than that, what fun things to do would you recommend in Korea? If it's not animal cafes, what other things would you recommend to do?
I think Korea has an amazing cafe culture, whether there are animals there or not. I think these days you can find any kind of theme cafe that you want. In my local neighborhood these days, there are a lot of pop-up stores every weekend. So I think it's impossible to be bored in Korea. So even if you are an animal lover, I think that maybe the loss of animal cafes wouldn't be such a bad idea, maybe, because you can still be entertained. How about you? Is there something that you would recommend to do?
These days with my friends, every time we meet, we go to the photo booths. Keep a nice little reminder of what we did that day, or outfit of the day.
Yeah, right.
I do think that is a fun activity to do with your friends. A little bit weird if you do it by yourself, but
each to their own.
Yeah, to each their own. Do you think that wild animals are the happiest in the wild, or do you think that some people might disagree that they might have a more comfortable life with, being domesticated and indoors?
I think it depends on the animal, I guess. Unfortunately, there are many kinds of animals in the world that are endangered these days because people are hunting them or their habitats are changing. So if you think of the pandas in Everland, they are there because they don't really enjoy their natural habitat because
they don't survive.
They just don't like hanging out in the bamboo forests anymore because the temperature's changing, like their forests are being cut down. So I think in those instances, there are certain animals that I think really do thrive in captivity or in a situation where they are kind of being taken care of by humans to avoid being hunted or because of their environment. But I think overall animals have survived for millennia without our interfering. So I think maybe it is better for them to be in their own environment, especially not if trapped in a tiny cafe, maybe if they have a lot of energy that they need to expel. How about you?
As much as I enjoy seeing the animals, and I mean, like a lot of people do enjoy going to those cafes and getting to interact with them, I do feel their pain having to socialize, having, kids grabbing their tails or just bothering them. So maybe they would fare better in the wild. So. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this article. Please make sure to review all the vocabulary, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Cuddly.
Cuddly.
Domesticated.
Domesticated.
Socialized.
Socialized.
Subspecies.
Subspecies.
All concerned.
All concerned.